I will define decentralized Christianity with 4 points. 1. Correct vision. 2. Authentic action. 3. Transcendent understanding. 4. Quality community contributions. I will say some brief comments about each of these points in order to begin communicating them more adequately. But first, a disclaimer for religious types. My audience is modern, rational people who understand themselves to be radically free. Keep this in mind if the language is not familiar to you. 1. Correct vision. By correct vision, I mean something like the contemplation of the good. I do not mean something so basic as common sense dogma, or unreflective acceptance of archaic traditions, even though there may be some truth to these. Rather, correct vision demands each man undertakes the strenuous task of working out ideas and understanding for themselves. The conditions of belief have changed with the arrival of modernity, and it is important to integrate these new developments into a complete worldview. Furthermore, I will assert without explanation here that the form of your home still needs to be a microcosm of the whole, and not simply a sanctuary from the so-called evil outside. This seems to be an exercise that one can do before being truly Christian, via a sort of dry, academic understanding which includes studying and reasoning the many aspects of society, culture, and leaving room for the way. In short, correct vision requires that we properly formulate the current sociological realities and its moral horizon, or, in more biblical terms, that we properly formulate the world and the way. 2. Authentic action. Authentic action is embodying beliefs. Whereas correct vision can be a disengaged, purely intellectual exercise, authentic action demands we engaged fully with our vision by following through on it with congruent actions and attitudes. It requires periodic self-examination to ensure proper alignment between vision and action. To use popular idioms, it is about putting your money where your mouth is, or rather, putting your money where your mind is. It is about walking the walk, and not simply talking the talk. A man cannot claim to stand for justice on Sunday, then slither bad apples through the legal system on Monday. Or cannot claim to value family on Sunday, then go back to chasing his own worldly status and curating his social image on Monday. To paraphrase Simone Weil, any desire of the soul that has not passed through the flesh by means of actions and attitudes which correspond to it, has no reality in the soul. After all, the incarnation is the supreme truth of Christianity. Authentic action is about nurturing your conscience and ensuring both parts of you, body and soul, mind and matter, are in accord. 3. Transcendent understanding. Transcendent understanding is about having access to a particular realm of meaning. This will be a challenge to communicate, but I will attempt it nevertheless. The Christian's understanding of life is more akin to that of a narrative rather than a material item. We assume we are inhabiting the very story it is telling. By living through the way in the book of life, we become life-literate as symbols and understandings about the very story we are inhabiting arise. Our culture suddenly fills with meaning that was previously unbeknownst to us. This would be the perspective of the Transcendent Father, the author who is outside the narrative. So we are both inside and outside the narrative, and by being outside the narrative, we also transcend the narrative. And although we live in a pluralistic society where multiple understandings and symbolic interpretations exist, we understand the Father's transcendent perspective, the one that unites love and reason, to be the correct, final perspective. This becomes our highest good, higher than life itself, though, paradoxically, necessary for life itself. When I use the word transcendent, I do not mean something beyond the universe in the sense that if we send satellites far enough into space, or if we turn back the clock or turn forward the clock enough, we'll get there. It is the presence of a realm of meaning. And communion with this realm of meaning is what I am calling transcendent understanding. 4. Quality community contributions. Although quality community contributions essentially overlaps with authentic action, quality community contributions emphasizes the positive, community aspect to the authentic life. Quality community contributions is about doing your part to bring about the kingdom of God to the greater society, not from a distance at the top, but immersed in a decentralized manner. It is about gifting the world of the fruits of your true self, producing and fostering the next cohort of life, being as effective a communicator of the way as you can be. It is to remind those who have a tendency to drift towards monkhood in their deliberations that life is good, that it should not be needlessly negated. Life needs your active participation and presence. Again, in summary, here are the 4 points of decentralized Christianity. 1. Correct vision. 2. Authentic action. 3. Transcendent understanding. 4. Quality community contributions.